wiring parts can be frustrating.
And sending some sick gear over if it meant that they could watch Linus lose. What do you mean?
Number 2, yes. Okay. I think we fixed it.
No, but that's the wrong one.
I am.
Oh, excuse you.
He's back.
The only good bug is a dead bug. Oh. Right? Harps.
Hey.
Right?
Alright.
Right?
What happened?
I said the only good bug is a dead bug.
Oh, yeah, I could agree with that. I don't really like bugs. Lawrence is offline. Cannot believe this.
No, no.
You know, tell me about the new VTuber drama.
Oh, now it's mainstream because Critical put a video out on it.
What's that?
I said, oh, now it's mainstream because Critical put a video out on it.
Who's
It's
that?
just a continue. Most Critical?
Oh, is that the penguin guy?
Yeah.
Oh no, I saw something on the All on Reddit yesterday. Some lawyer said something, I don't know what the whole story was there.
Yeah, it's a continuation of the drama that I was telling you about. The one company, Niji Sanji, has just been
Oh,
dying.
it's still more of
for-
that.
It's still that company, yes. And it's been, I mean, I don't remember how much I told you, because, you know, I don't think you care that much, but
Not really,
basically, they've been outed as Shocker not being a great company to work for. Which, that shouldn't be surprising to people. So, all this stuff originates in Japan, right?
but right.
Obviously. And Niji Sanji is a Japanese company.
I hate weebs.
But they have English VTubers,
Okay.
just like all the big VTuber companies nowadays. But you're still held to the Japanese idol culture standards, which are like, by Western standards, are like really not cool. You know what I mean? Like, really, really not cool. You know, it's not like, oh, it's a little unfortunate. Oh, it's like really fucked up. It's like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of some good examples, but real dumb minor shit can land you in a lot of trouble, air quotes. Oh, okay, we have Brilliant.
Yeah, I logged in. They're like, "Are you playing?" I'm like, "I guess." Sure.
But, yeah, essentially what happened is, okay, so for a while now, there have been leaks, like, kind of unconfirmed leaks between employees that have, like, really made Niji Sanji look bad, right? Like, I don't know. So you're an idol, right? So
Of course, I'm so
you
that.
need to come across as being pure and this and that and all this stuff, right? But of course, all the standards are Japanese, so they're much harsher than they are like in the U.S. I feel like, you know, I feel like, you know, you can just be a dumb slut. As far as anyone gives a shit, right? Nobody cares nowadays in Western society. Some, you know, pop star is like a whore or whatever, but that's not how it is in Japan, right? Like, that shit's still extremely taboo.
You have to be an idol.
Yeah, and then on top of it, you know, you're supposed to not just be normal, but you're an idol. You're a figment of imagination. So you need to be like even more.
Oh,
better.
you can't post your selfies on your Instagram.
Well, yeah, that's yes.
You have to be the character.
Although I feel like a lot of people that get into VTubing are kind of into that anyways. You know, a lot of people who do VTubing are like, you know, don't want to do stuff.
Sorry, what do you mean?
A lot of people who do VTubing don't want to post pictures of themselves and stuff anyways, right?
Oh, they just want to be the character or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of the point. And the ones that do generally receive, well, it depends. If you're a troglodyte, if you're a non-VTubing troglodyte, you know, knuckle-dragging savage,
Like me?
yeah, then you like it when they post selfies. But us men of culture, me, a VTuber fan, it ruins it. I don't know if it ruins it, like, I don't really give a shit. But, like, I don't care, right? there's
You sound like you care. I'm just saying, like,
yeah. So it depends, and so I had this conversation with one of the smaller VTubers I follow, and other people, and so like all things in life, it depends on the context. If I started VTubing right now, right?
okay.
And like, I don't know, every Wednesday I streamed with my webcam on and made Warhammer content or like tabletop content or something. And then I posted a selfie of myself on Twitter or something. And like that would not be a big deal, right? Cuz like I'm not just the character, right? Does that make sense?
Right.
And I'm not trying to be. But if you're like trying to be a classic idol, yada yada yada, and then you're sorry, I'm too dumb to the Ogren combo and talk. And role playing is lug. And then like you post a selfie of yourself, that's different, right? Because like now, you know, you're mixing things.
You can't mix.
No, not unless it's part of your shtick from the beginning, I guess. Is what I'm trying to. Is what
Oh,
really
people
what
have
I'm
to
trying
be
get at.
expecting it. You can't just pop it out there.
Right. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a really good. Look at that. There it is. Somebody kill this guy. Murdering me. Trade for kill him.
Back there.
There we go.
Oh, this is the guy you shoot in the back, right?
Yep. But, like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Yeah, so, he can swallow Ogrins? That seems...
Well, the fucking dog can pin the audience, right?
Yeah, that's true. So, there's a VTuber called Sorry that I follow. She's French.
I hate the French.
There you go. And she makes like lewd content. She's always made lewd content. She's like she's an artist. Like
No, draws it.
and
Not like that.
animates. Yeah, not of her. Although she started making like stuff where like, you know, so she was an artist, like a kind of lewd artist before she was a VTuber. And then when she became a VTuber, she started making like lewd videos with her model,
Oh, that's illegal.
right? And like, but like that's expected, right? Like that's
Oh, so it's okay in her context.
right, because you are expecting that content, or at least it shouldn't come as a surprise that she's going to continue to make the type of content she's made, right? Like,
Lug in the way. But yeah. Go on.
so, but like, if she wasn't doing that, and then all of a sudden she was like posting lewd content about herself,
That'd be
then
weird.
I think that exactly. It's not okay. Or like if you were, you know, she doesn't like pretend to be an idol or whatever, right? Like when she's doing shit, she's very open about this stuff. It's not like she talks about her porn stuff on Twitch, because I think that's probably against TOS.
I think
But you know what I
that's
mean.
probably-
I think you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like, in the context, it's fine. But I think this goes for, like, posting selfies and whatnot, too, right? Like, if that's part of your vibe, then I don't really see any problem with it. It's just, you can't then pretend to be part of, like, the people who don't do that. You know what I mean? There's a difference between you now that you've created.
Right.
Anyways, I forget why we got on this topic.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're trying to explain something. Or,
Yeah.
explain that. I don't know where he is though. I found him. The guy just didn't shoot him. He just walked away. Not entirely sure why. I can't shoot that guy because that is in the way.
I'm on the opposite side of it.
Lug in the way.
Don't be absurd. Don't be absurd.
Red flamer somewhere.
But yeah. Yeah.
So what's the bad stuff they were saying?
Oh, so the big, huge drama that happened is, so their biggest talent left. Like, I don't know. I told you about it because I watched her comment. She left, like, in January. And she basically left because, like, everyone else is leaving. Kind of. But her leaving is, like, a huge deal because she's, like, their flagship VTuber or whatever, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? She's, like, the VTuber for them in English.
She's
at
the
least.
main bitch.
Yeah. You know, it'd be like, I don't know, the lead vocalist in a pop band leaving, you know? It's just like,
leaving Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, it's just like most people are gonna sit there and go, oh, well, like that's, you know, most people will be, I don't know if affected is the right word, but.
Why is this guy dead?
Ouchie, lug really hurt.
Lug, heal yourself.
There's a lot of charges on the Medicaid.
Really?
Yeah.
Whose use that of?
I don't know. Wasn't Lug though.
What's
Lug really hurt.
though?
And Lug really wish he could use a Medicaid charge, but it won't.
Get your head in the game, bro.
But yeah, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. So essentially what happened is, like, other talents kept leaving, because it's kind of like a sinking ship at this point, you know?
Yeah.
Your like, biggest person left, and,
It's all over.
you know, yeah, and they're, like, friends, right? They all work together, right? Like, you know, it'd just be like, if your friends were leaving your job, you know, might make you not want to stay.
Right.
But, so another really big talent was let go, and it's because she spoke about, this is a real common thing, she spoke about decisions the staff had made, essentially.
Like shit talking
Which
did, or
not-
just
No, just had spoken about essentially behind the scenes stuff. And it's really not, you know, it's extremely frowned upon.
that's not very idol-like.
Well, it's not very Japanese, you know, in Japan you don't talk about culturally a big taboo, right? So I think that's really where it comes from. It's just like it's seen as like traitorous or whatever, you know what I mean? You should be a little chief for your company. You shouldn't be talking about stuff. Anyways, so they let her go. Fired her. And she, unsurprisingly, like every major VTuber in the entire world who's been let go ever, she made another VTubing channel, and that got immediately popular, right? So all of her fans went to her new channel, right? But she did a thing nobody's done yet so far, where she then proceeded to talk about being fired.
Yo, they didn't like
Which
that very
is a
much?
breach of her contract. She's not supposed to be able to talk about that. However,
I thought she left, right? She's not under contract anymore?
right, but it's part of her NDA. She's not allowed to talk about stuff like that, essentially. However, that might not be legal in the United States, right? Where she is technically employed from, right? As a U.S. citizen.
You mean to be let go for talking about your employer or the contract, like the NDA?
Yeah, once you've been let go from your employer, you can't be held to certain NDAs in the United States.
Oh, really?
Like in Japan. Yeah, and you know, I know there are limitations, right? To NDAs. You know, you can sign whatever fucking people put in front of you, but you know, you can only give away so many legal rights. I swear to God.
I picked it for you.
I know, I'm just too slow to get there with everyone else.
Poor log. Never healed.
I did get there, thankfully. But, so, yeah, it's essentially, it's become a huge thing, as you can imagine. And yeah, their lawyer made a statement. And,
Whose
you know,
lawyer? They're like
it's,
the company's lawyer or her lawyer?
yeah, the company's lawyer.
Oh, I'm sure they both made statements.
He provides the means
Yeah.
of death until
Well,
his
I mean, so she made a statement, right? That's kind of what started all this. But
Oh, about how she was like treated or whatever.
yeah, basically, she was, and you know, shockingly, she was not
I did like a culture
Very-
clash thing.
very nice. But it is. It's definitely a culture clash. Because in Japan, this is just like, this would never happen. Because, like, you wouldn't talk about your employer and stuff. You know what I mean? It's all just stuff you wouldn't do. So, and, you know, part of being in the world nowadays is respecting other people's cultures and stuff, even when they are wrong. You know, I mean,
Did you say wrong?
yeah, you know, one of the things that I was very shocked to hear my cultural anthropology professor, who was like a fucking hippie, say is that some cultures are just wrong. And I never thought about it like that before, because that just seems, I don't know, closed-minded at first glance. But I mean, it's not wrong, right? Like Mayans, for instance, doing human sacrifice, like that's just wrong. Like it's morally, it's just wrong, right? Like there's
Oh, you're just being a baby.
doesn't matter how ingrained in your culture that is, it's just fucked up. Right? Like if you're stoning gay people to death, right? It's just wrong, right? Like it doesn't matter if it's part of your culture. So it's a good point, right? Like cultures can be wrong.
What is that?
Oh.
I don't like that noise.
It's coming from over here. There it is.
I don't have a combat.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely wrong, right? I don't think in 30 years we're gonna be having this weird.
Where's he going?
I don't know. He's coming for Aurelia now. He's very excited about that.
I don't know what that was. He really did like Aurelia.
Yeah, he was like running, and then he's like, "Oh wait a second, I can kill this bitch." But yeah, so that's basically. I mean, there's a lot to it, and I'm not gonna get into like every single idol. That's because obviously the then really big thing is now a bunch of other VTubers have talked about it, right? Some of the ones with like especially like the American companies where they don't have these restrictions. You know what I mean? Like they can kind of just talk shit about their companies and stuff. Like I don't know, Nanners became a VTuber, essentially founded or helped found VSojo, which is the biggest American VTubing company now. And then she left and is still using her model and everything, right? Which is like not a thing you would ever be able to do in a Japanese film.
Oh, I just assume, I don't really know how it works, I just assume, like, they made their own model, or it's like the model tied to whatever contract they signed.
Yeah, essentially, if you retire from, especially like any of the Japanese companies.
Oh, is that what the graduating thing is?
That's what graduating is.
Oh my god, I'm learning so
Your
much.
graduated, you're gone.
Why is this thing still alive?
I don't know. He's been following me around for like 5 years.
I like went away and I came back and this thing is still here.
I was too afraid to taunt. It's like people weren't killing stuff for some reason. But yeah, that's graduating is that's like an idol term. So before VTubing was a thing, idols were a thing in Japan, right? I mean, they still are. You know, cute girls that promote companies essentially.
Grenade here, can you eat it?
Yeah. Don't currently, but thank you. I suppose I can hawk one.
Send it.
I don't know. Fuck off, Tratamara. It's my thing. This guy almost took my grenade from me. But yeah, I think that's the first time anyone's ever done that, at least for a major company. Nanners leaving VSojo, she had to keep her model. Although to be fair, she was using her model before she joined VSojo.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought like what happens if you have your own thing and then you get contracted or whatever?
So you can't do that in Japan. They don't hire. They won't hire you as like.
Really?
Yeah, they won't do that.
Like just for like because they want the IP or?
They want the IP. Yes, they want the IP. Because
Okay.
for them it's all a business,
Why
right?
did he just not kill this? He just heard the noise, walked past the flavor. Wait, was that a route? Oh, that was our pod. Okay. Anyways, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So like, cause there's a few like quite famously, one of the HoloLive Japanese chicks is really popular outside of HoloLive. She's like an ASMR artist, and she has absolutely massive breasts. So if you do the math, right? She's very, very popular. And she makes like I don't know, implied lewd content or whatever. And she does HoloLive, but they're separate. But like she had a VTuber model before she joined HoloLive, but they made her, make a new character and everything.
Oh,
before
really?
she could. Yeah. Which, really shows you that it's for money and IP reasons and stuff. Because she was already like pretty popular, right? Again, two Japanese girl with huge breasts, right? It's not the like for your average VTuber enjoyer.
Man, they're going off up there. Relax.
Yeah, I know. I thought that our extraction already got here. I was like, holy shit. But yeah, which like, you know, I understand. You know, if I was the CEO of this company, you know, I'm sure I'd have to explain to my investors why the fuck we don't own the IP for this character we just spent a bunch of money on. So, like, you know, I get it, right? Like, it's a business. I get it. And to be fair, like, the big companies like HoloLens, especially, they do an extremely good job. And they have, like... So HoloLens did a release for, you know, the New Year's, right? With new costumes and all that shit. And, the guy that designed it was, like, the guy that designed, Elden Ring or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, some really big name artist. So, like, you know, I get it, right? They're hiring, like, really prominent artists and shit, so they want to use that. Talent, exactly. And, you know, name recognition, right? Like I say, I think it was the Dark Souls, or, Elden Ring, lead designer or something, like lead art designer. I believe that did it, which seems really weird because, you know, Dark Souls or Elden Ring is not exactly what you think of when you think of idols.
Yeah,
Vice
true.
versa.
Unless it wears some cool armor.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Check that.
Spooked me. Where's the Relia? Pound him.
But yeah. So I don't know. And to be honest, I gotta do some reading and watch some videos on it because it's just like getting out of hand. But also, you know, they're a big evil corporation, and I think that's why a lot of people are upset with them, right?
Big evil corporation.
You know,